The Wild West of April. It's April 2026. If you're a college basketball fan, your Twitter feed, or X, or whatever we're calling it this week, looks less like a sports page and more like a chaotic stock ticker. Player X is in the portal. Player Y just landed a $2 million NIL deal to move 3 states over. For decades, we were sold a dream. The student-athlete dream. The 4-year journey from a wide-eyed freshman to a senior captain leading his team to a Cinderella run. But look around. That dream hasn't just faded, it's been deleted. We are currently in the middle of the most volatile transfer window in history. Since the portal opened on April 7th, over 1,000 players have entered. Some are looking for a bigger stage, others are looking for a bigger paycheck. But the question everyone is screaming into the void is this sustainable? Today we're breaking down the great portal debate of 2026. We're looking at the loss of team continuity, the academic fallout, and the massive legal battles, including that recent executive order that might finally put a lid on the free agency era of college hoops. Is it time to limit the portal, or is this just the price of progress? The roster churn crisis. Let's start with the most obvious issue: continuity, or the complete lack of it. Back in the day, you knew who was on your team. You watched them grow. You watched them fail. You watched them finally figure it out as juniors. Now, if a kid at a mid-major like Florida Gulf Coast or Indiana State has a breakout season, he isn't sticking around to see the banner raised. He's gone to the highest bidder in the Power 4 before the confetti even hits the floor. This has created a feeder system dynamic. The rich get richer, and the middle class of college basketball is being gutted every single spring. Coaches are no longer building programs, they're renting rosters. Imagine being a coach trying to install a complex defensive system when 80% of your team arrived on campus 3 months ago. It's why the quality of play in early November has plummeted. It's just a bunch of strangers trying to learn each other's names while running a high screen and roll. And then there's us, the fans. How do you buy a jersey anymore? You buy a jersey for a star point guard in November, and by April he's wearing the colors of your biggest rival. It's hard to stay emotionally invested when the name on the front doesn't seem to matter to the name on the back anymore. The academic black hole. Now, let's talk about the thing nobody likes to talk about because it's not flashy: academics. The NCAA loves the term student-athlete, but let's be real. Frequent transferring is an academic nightmare. Every time a player moves from University A to University B, they lose credits. University A's Intro to Ethics might not count toward University B's Philosophy 101. Data from the 2025-2026 cycle shows that players who transfer more than twice are 40% less likely to graduate on time. We are seeing seniors who have played at 4 different schools in 4 years, and they're essentially academic freshmen. They've got the highlights, but they don't have the degree. If the goal of the scholarship is to set these kids up for life after the ball stops bouncing, the current portal system is failing them. We're creating a generation of athletes who are eligibility rich but education poor. The case for the players: fairness and hypocrisy. Okay, I hear the "get off my lawn" crowd, but let's flip the script. Because for every fan complaining about loyalty, there's a player who just wants what's fair. For 50 years, coaches have been the ultimate mercenaries. A coach wins 25 games, gets a call from a bigger school, and bolts in the middle of the night. They don't have to sit out a year. They don't lose their credits. They get a $10 million raise and a private jet. Why should a 19-year-old be held to a higher moral standard than a 50-year-old millionaire? We also have to talk about fit. Sometimes a player chooses a school because of a specific coach. That coach gets fired or leaves. Why should the player be forced to stay? If your boss at a tech company leaves for a competitor, you're allowed to follow them or find a better job. This is America. Restricting movement is quite literally an antitrust violation. In 2026, college basketball is a multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry. The players are the ones putting bodies in seats and eyes on screens. If the market says a player is worth $500,000 in NIL money at Kentucky, but only a scholarship at a D2 school, can you honestly blame them for taking the life-changing money? The legal war, the 2026 executive order. So where do we go from here? Because as of this month, the government has officially stepped in. There's a new executive order floating through the halls of DC right now that aims to create a 2-transfer maximum. The idea is simple. You get one free move, use it whenever you want. But to move a second time and play immediately, you have to have your degree in hand. It's the graduate transfer model on steroids. The logic is it encourages graduation while still allowing for that initial mistake or bad fit to be corrected. But here's the kicker. The courts hate it. Every time the NCAA tries to enforce a limit, a judge in West Virginia or Tennessee pops up and says, "Nope, that's an illegal restraint of trade." We're heading toward a world of employment contracts. If you want a player to stay for 3 years, you're going to have to sign them to a 3-year contract. No more handshake deals, real legally binding contracts with buyouts. It sounds like the NBA, because it is the NBA. The solution is a limit possible. Should there be a limit? My take is you can't limit moves, but you can incentivize staying. Instead of banning transfers, we should be rewarding retention. Imagine if NIL collectives offered loyalty bonuses. You get $50K your freshman year, but that jumps to $200K if you're still there as a junior. Or we look at the 1+1 model seriously. One free move, then you sit. Unless, of course, your coach leaves. That seems like the most human way to handle it. It protects the kids from being trapped in bad situations, but it stops the hired gun mentality where a player plays for 5 teams in 5 years. The new normal. At the end of the day, college basketball isn't dying, it's just evolving. It's noisier, it's messier, and it's a lot more expensive. We might miss the days of the 4-year senior, but those days were built on a system that suppressed the earning power and freedom of the athletes. We've traded loyalty for equity. Is the portal a mess? Absolutely. Is it a problem that needs a limit? Maybe. But whatever rules we come up with next, they have to be fair to the players, not just convenient for the fans. Because the Wild West is here to stay, and the sheriff is currently out of town. What do you think? Does the constant shuffling make the game less interesting for you? Or are you refreshing the portal every 5 minutes to see who your team gets next? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and, ironically, stay loyal to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.